We've heard a great deal in the last couple of weeks about how government borrowing has rocketed to unprecedented levels, sitting as it is now at £2 trillion. That's 100% of GDP. But actually government finances are in good shape. Virtually all the increase in borrowing this year, which has been 400 billion, has come from what you might call fictitious magic money tree. It's been printed by the Bank of England. Every penny of government debt has ended up in the Bank of England. That's not really where the problem lies. The problem lies in the private sector, which has been hammered by this lockdown and is continuing to be hammered by this tier system. We have a hospitality sector which has been taken to the cleaners. 70% of the UK's GDP comes from services, and that is the sector that's been in the crosshairs of this pandemic-induced economic crisis. And the government's completely devoid of ideas on how to help it. It should be on its front foot, cutting VAT, cutting stamp duty, cutting business rates on property, cutting duty on fuel rather than having a green industrial revolution which increases taxes. And actually, it ought also to be cutting taxes for the working class and the middle classes, not the upper classes. It has to cut taxes for those people who do not have savings, who have been put out of a job, who, in fact, only a small proportion of those who are going to lose their job have already lost them, even though unemployment has doubled. The government seems completely like a rabbit caught in the headlights. It needs to get ahead of the problem, stop worrying about its own debt level, stop talking about tax rises, bin the concept of austerity completely, and get the private sector back on its front foot by having a completely pro-growth business strategy.